S1, muy buenas noches. Good night, bro. How's your day going? Madein, saludos, muy buenas noches. Luis, muy buenas noches. Todo tranquilo. Estevo, thank you. Muy buenas noches. Purqueño, hermano, muy buenas noches. Mexicano, Foray, muy buenas noches. I'm, I'm well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I know, bro. It's, it's just crazy right now. Little Mafia, good night. Saludos. Luis, health wise, thank you, God. My heart's been maintaining and just the pain from the lymphoma, but it's part of. Thank you for asking, Luis. How's everybody doing? Oh, damn. Thank you, hermano. Yeah, I've been having to just push. Thank you, Luis. That means a lot. Yeah, my boy S1. I noticed everybody's when they go live though, huh? Not to. I'm just hate to be in the crossfire. To start all that BS. There's enough going on around here. True that. Tell me what you guys thought about the last couple videos I posted. I'm sorry, it's just been hectic and yeah, little mafia. They're going at it bad in Michoacan and it's just bad with like 4 or 5 different factions. Michoacan's big, a lot of money there. Flooded, thank you. Yeah, God's amazing. If you guys only knew, I really don't know. I'm not gonna question it, but I really don't know, you know, why God is keeps me around, But again, and in my yeah, do please. I was gonna tell everybody today, right? On things that I said I would touch on and stuff. I'm gonna start writing them down. Do excuses. Mainly I come on here and I touch the surface on things, but and if you guys would just know, and health is just one issue, but there's just a lot of things going on. But I'm gonna start writing them down to make sure I don't forget or nobody has to remind me. But I do want to do profiles. I want to react, and I just have a big movement coming per se, and it entails health and stuff, and I'm trying at the same time. Hard only allows me a little bit, and then downtime, but little by little get done. Thank you, Luis. That means a lot. 506 Gangster, always an honor. Thank you. Igualmente, muchos saludos y respetos. Southtown, saludos. Yeah, do hit the like, por favor. About Pelon, I don't know. I heard, but I just don't want to touch on it because I'm not sure on it. But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, do hit the like, por favor. And thank you, everybody, for helping me get the message out there and by like, sharing, most importantly, sharing it, right? Samantha, good night. Great to see you. Hope you're well. Big time, Burgueño. Southtown. Yeah, disculpa. There's a lot of different rumors right now. I don't want to touch on rumors. Toothling, greetings. Man, I know a couple of good people out there. Garcia, saludos. That's what it's about. Enjoy family. Yeah, he probably, I'm probably annoying to him. Nah, none taken. Never. J Rob, saludos. In the next couple days, I'll touch on that from Vistas. Frankie, muchos saludos. Samantha, thank you for that. From the heart, I appreciate it a lot. Curl Dog, great to see you. It's my pleasure. I wish I could be more. I need to be more consistent, right? Because I don't know how long I'll be able to, but I gotta pick it up, you know? It's just, yeah, do post it on the chats, please. I will make sure I note it down. Arturo, muy buenas noches. Samantha, thank you again. I hope you have a great night. Yeah, don't get your baby mad, but thank you. Hey, guess, well, without getting too much into detail, I wanted to, again, excuse myself from them days I couldn't answer and stuff, right? But as I told you, without getting too much into it for certain reasons, right? But basically, deals are being broken, lines, Winnie style. And just out the blues, it was just boogie. They're almost there, right? And I just had time to jump on the quad and just split to a certain spot where I'm just not that person no more. I'm really surprised I was able to come back down and everything's still up in the air, as we speak. But damn Marines, it's just it's I knew it was going to happen, when it came to me and my angle, and regardless, my family's here, but they they went an extra mile because I'm known for my boxer, right? And them fool shot it, but it is what it is, But yeah, if you guys see I punch out and I don't tell you guys anything, one, I'm doing my best to get us phone right now, right? And to not just punch out like that, but two, if I don't pose as medical, then my niece is here now. So regardless, I'll make sure you guys stay in touch. H and Orange, saludos, buenas noches. Iván, muy buenas noches. Little Mafia, there's been a few. Their most recent ones is I don't know about them going bad, right? But they were on that lista for a while, which was Duty, Gangster, Smilone. There's been a few, They go back and forth. Mr. De La Cruz, thank you, bro. Great to hear from you. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute, It's it's just part of, Mexico. Yeah, when I had them heart attacks in Guadalajara, they clipped me, but they'll come through. today I'm pretty good health wise, and there's just no resting. Mr. De La Cruz, without getting into detail, there's just too much wiggling right now. But as I talked to the bro S1, it was bound to happen. It's part of it's part of bringing the message on here, right? And there's numerous of ones, right? But I'm gonna measure them not just by Cali, right? But because I know there wiggles out here, little mafia, and I want to touch on Bago, excuse me, ba- Mago, and Tablas in that little scenario, right? But definitely Tablas, Sleepy, you know, the Hasser Pilis, they have a lot of Jews. The thing is, they co work with each other, right? But yeah, I'll have to say Tablas and Sleepy, they're probably up there right now. And definitely, the Ayala, yeah, Mr. Cruz, it just happened, right? That there was hardly family here, and it was just I was using it for some certain things, right? And it definitely, if it wouldn't have been here, I wouldn't have made it nowhere. Definitely as one. Southtown, I don't believe so. But again, I was personally there with them, and I think he's good staying in the mix, but not in that sense, right? But definitely, any Pili that's from 18, they have manpower, but more influential, they have to be connected out here, to bring more what it counts, and he just ain't. Arturo, glad you got back safe. Like kings, little mafia. Yeah, down here, there's certain states, right, where you'll be okay, but there's certain states where from the gate, basically it's gonna ask you, you're a mess or you're a plastico, which they referring to us, right? And you're just gonna say that you're not a mess if you're not, right? Because they work with the people out here. Once you do that, it's go time, you know? God is great, bro, Mr. De La Cruz. Thank you for stopping in. Likewise, I send my love to Forward. Thank you again for your time to stop and stopping in. Ivan, yeah, Artisa is just one of them plays where there's a lot of manpower, you know? Southtown, they try, you know? For example, I told the story, of cartoon from 18. He was an older vato, he was up in the bay for a lot of years. He was doing things for, for numerous peelies, right? They kicked him back out to the mainland under that inactive 5 years they had going at that time, right? And, he hit there and then he started woofing out the door like it's a no-no, right? So when we went out to yard, I didn't even know the vato. But, the minute he introduced himself, 'cause I was already on management cell for a different issue, right? But is when, you know, I slid him and we booked them, then got rid of the piece and just kept going, right? And, anyways, after that, there was a lot of autos from 18th Street. They literally was gunning for me because they felt I couldn't touch their homie, right? Kevin, muy buenas noches. Nah, never that. It's always a great pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, they play that, that their neighborhood's untouchable. They try to do something about it, At the end of the day, they sit down to pee, but no disrespect, but it's just, there's none of that set tripping inside. But, I'll tell you like this, when there's a Pili from 18th Street, all the camaradas will be in second base. They really play that. Oh, yeah, it's when I got it. I gotta put it in motion, believe me. Antonio, great to see you. Muy buenas noches. Attitude. Okay, Janor. Yeah, Janor. There's a lot of that goes on, right? I literally met a lot of camaradas that had to clear some stuff up, and it came out they were set up and inside, right? There was a homie, Ironwood. Remember when they had all that stuff with Rampart and stuff? Whoa, he was in Central Kitchen. One of them cars backtracked, right? With trays and everything, and they literally broke all his legs. And he had been down a couple of years, and they pulled him out, and it turned out they had set him up. So he got a good chunk of money, not just for that, but for what had happened to him in prison, because he wasn't supposed to be there. Yeah, yeah, believe me, they do. Even in my town in San Rosa, there was a while that gang test was tough, right? Like 94, 95. And, you know, they would literally pick you up, and since you had to be quiet, right? They would like, they took me a couple times, to South Park and stuff, but they dropped me off, and I grew up there, so Cuba pimping. How's the weather right now out there in the Bay? Thank you, Arturo. That means a lot. BFL. BFL or BSL? Yeah, it's one. That's part of why I want to also get that phone. I'm gonna first try to at least put it all together in recordings, right? Cause I gotta get it going, right? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I met a lot of good homies from Richmond. One stood out for me because we did a couple jales in YA, right? But they called him El Homie from Richmond. It's a good dude. We separated in Quinton. Rick, Eric, muy buenas noches. Thank you for that. As long as you know, God allows it, believe me, or as far as I could touch on things, right? I will. Manson, great to see you. Muy buenas noches. Saludos. Yeah, Mike, great to see you first and foremost. Yeah, like in my case, right? They were literally go and first and foremost, I would always be in violation, right? Because I couldn't wear the color, I couldn't shave my head to show my tattoos, things like that. They would literally pick me up, and since settle, right? They would take me to South Park and let them know, hey, look, because at that time they all used to kick it in a certain area, and they would literally put it out there and then tell you get off the car, and they take off. Oh yeah, pimping, big time. Jr. I don't know Perico, but I've met a lot of homies from walks, and specifically from Portside. That neighborhood's deep inside. Yeah, the Morenos. Yeah, definitely. Southtown. At times, pretty sure we were. we're in the bay up there. We're never in the same pot though. But about that reputation, I was a camarada, so I couldn't tell you. That was amongst them, right? With us, it's different, He was definitely one of the guys that he was on that get list, if you get what I'm saying, without being disrespectful. It was because definitely he was doing a lot of things, I'll just leave it at that. Rose, great to see you. I hope you're having a blessed day. Okay. Eric, man, that's awesome to hear. Thank you. That's actually what a real camarada should do for his neighborhood, right? Yeah, yeah, I've heard he touches on his things, right? I'll tell you, he's real. All right. Yeah, pimping. He is. For that, what that one J Cat has put out, right? How he goes in and talks about evil. Well, you're seeing, you know, evil and fogs, they're good. Yeah, Manson, to look at it as raza, I think it's cool, right? But if you look at it like from prison view, then it's just best not to ever land in jail, prison. that would be a good one, Southtown. LC, great to see you, saludos. I seen a couple videos on him, but he has his own stilo, right? Death match. Kevin, thank you. Man, believe me, a couple days ago, I'll just thank you. Ceviche. Oh, they have me on this, but I had fish. I had a fish and chayote. Literally, I can't touch anything, so. Yup, Antonio. Huh. Little Mafia, thank you for putting. I'm actually going to touch on that. But yeah, it happens regularly, right? At least Charlie Brown. I don't know if it's a typo, but salud. Yeah, Antonio, it was. I don't know if you've seen those kitchen cars, those big metal ones with all the trays inside. It just backtracked from the car and took him with it. Fell on him. Handler. Oh, Agent Orange, I'll check on that for sure right now that I have this turned on. Again, I'm working on getting one of them things so I could be faster in replying. But right now I have to do everything from this laptop. Eric, I I could touch on a few stories, but it's all hearsay from camaradas. That's why I haven't really touched on it. Yeah, little mafia, I am. Yeah, I heard that same thing, LC. But again, they were in the feds. I never had the, you know, you could say the pleasure of ever being. But I heard stories like that. Yeah, do hit the like, por favor. Gracias, Eric. Yeah, I seen from this couple of days the message went down bad, but I also understand, that a lot of people, you could say putting out content, but they put out those recording stuff, which, if they just put them out and have people just make sense of it, cool. But when they want to touch on it, when they were already in that weenie zone, BS, it's going to touch on it what the Hudas thought. Um, and I say it because there's been a couple videos he states something, and I was actually there, so I know it's all BS, but it's like everything. I could put out a recording and put my 2 cents saying it's like this and just trying to stay relevant, right? Nah, little mafia. I tried, believe me. I tried, and we ended up self-extracting because of it, because they talk a good one, but they won't. Yeah, Rose, right now, yeah, but it's gonna be a short stay, Thank you, Arturo. Yeah, I heard the same thing, LC. Yeah, hermano, I agree. I just, I trip out, when people tell me, like, hey, for example, I want to touch this on Fox and Evil, right? You touched on this, look what they're putting out. So I trip, I try not to get on that channel because I just try not to. And then I think, like, damn, I remember when this was happening and it's not even how way he's putting it out, But again, Mike, yeah, I'm surprised. She's probably busy. I tried to send her a message yesterday, but I have to, like I said, turn this computer on every time I want to send one. LC, my respects, but I really don't think he even has the authority or the backtrack to even speak about Nathaniel, nevertheless. But I think he would have a great message, right? But he went off left field sincerely with lies and telling on people. But again, my respects. If that's who he is, that's who he is, right? Like he stated one time, uh, or someone, I don't know if it was him, but said, at the end of the day, he's making it. His fans are still supporting. So, in LC, I think just you gotta analyze a person, right? If you analyze his by his own mouth, his wiggle of things, that's just the type of person he is, right? Mike, tonight, I want to touch on something that happened in OC and IE, right? And then I want to continue. I've been asked a lot to touch about certain or touch on Northern California, which I want to. Isaias, thank you. Definitely our prayers work. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, Antonio. Para Elsie, disculparon. I just referred to not touch on that, My respects. His lane again, I think he would have a great message because he has the mouthpiece for it, right? But nevertheless, but yeah, Mike, nah, I got so many things that I want to touch on that I got to start putting it down on paper, right? But Rose, well, when you're out there, me personally, I came to the neighborhood because a lot of scenarios, and I know my homies' moms, I knew them since kids, and so there's certain things that happen in the neighborhood that you. Have to buck up. For example, one day they come and they tell you, hey, they stabbed so and so. That's your boy, right? Since kids, and you're claiming the fame for your neighborhood, so you go and represent not just for your neighborhood, but for that homie, right? It's part of game banging, and of course, it's gonna bring prison, jail, whatever, right? But it's why I touch on things so they go in, and when things surface, if they ever there, which I hope not, they're wise about it. Because there is angles. Well, at least there were, right? The way things sound now, it's actually game banging, in other words. Jose, saludos, respetos. Yeah, And I say it, Rose, because again, I always say it too, when you hit prison, boogie, lace up, boot up, and vámonos. Let's boogie, right? But if you had a chance to do your thing for your neighborhood and at the same time respect family, right? Respect yourself, and that's what it should be about. Ain't no homie, them fake homies that get out the joint and start directing you to be a crash test dummy. I was one, right? He ain't a homie. That homie that tells you like, hey, let's build something together. Let's do something. Do this, it's gonna benefit you. Then that's your camarada right there. Oh yeah, LC. 100%. It's happening. Saludos, Southtown del Rio. That too. If you really love your neighborhood, for example, where I grew up, there was no touching nothing from the neighborhood, from the neighbor, excuse me. No tagging on the walls in the neighborhood. None of that, it was part of, you could say, patrolling the neighborhood, taking care. That's why whenever we were running from enemigos or juras, all the neighbors like, mijo, open the door, calla, métete aquí. La libertad, también tengo familia. Okay. Elizabeth, saludos, muy buenas noches. Yeah, Mike. Araceli, saludos. How's Tijuana right now? Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. You'd be surprised. Southtown, there's actually Pilis that belong to different race, right? And they speak better Spanish than some Pilis that are Chicanos. It's just part of one grows up, the area. Yeah, Rose. There's been somebody that's been asking me to touch on Santana, and supposedly in my head I try to organize it to make sense, and I know I'm missing a lot of things. That's why I started chucking it down. Saludos, Araceli. Yep. Elizabeth, todo bien. Yo, great to see you. Today I actually feel pretty good, Pain, but I'm used to it. Santa Rosa, Araceli. I don't know, they wouldn't do it in front of us. Yeah. Bien, Araceli, gracias. Es un día bueno hoy. Yup, LC. Oh yeah, he's one of the big boys in the Fed. Ah, that's a question Southtown I couldn't answer because well, at least when I was in the shoe and there was more than one peeling in the pot, there was tension 24/7. Because they want that control, so you felt the tension, right? But so they would always act high power, especially like on the tier and stuff, right? Because they're trying to be better up the next man, even though they're carnales. Rose, I'm surprised I haven't felt anything to be sincere. It's like when I take it, like the first 2 3 hours, I still get that taste of copper, right? But other than that, but I'm hoping I go on the 6th to an appointment and they say that my heart has picked up a little strain and I could start them chemo treatments. I know it's gonna tear my butt down, but I can't shine it. Duarte, muy buenas noches. Great to see you. Working man, everything good. How you doing? Buenas noches. Met him per se, no. I had a lot of crossings with them LC, but since I was on the street before I caught my case, but I crossed words through my pills, but other than that, met him, no. Boss lady, buenas noches. Today's a good day. Can't complain. I haven't needed to get a shot for pain or pills, just them steroids and vitamins today. Thank you, Elsie. I heard a lot about that place, but I don't even know where angle it is at. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. It means a lot. I know it's I know it's gonna be difficult, especially like right now. I'm starting to feel better, right? And I know it's gonna tear me down, but put up, punch or put up, right? Araceli, you're gonna go. Thank you for stopping in. Espero descanses bien. Thank you, Arturo. Yeah, yeah, I'm a little worried. Yes, one, well, right now after the live, I want to send her a message. I hope everything's okay with her. Definitely. I got a lot of faith. Rose, I can't question it, right? Gabriel, great to see you tonight. Thank you, muy buenas noches. Hope you had a great day. Jay, saludos. Igualmente, Araceli, a lot of blessings. Muchos saludos. DJ Frank, thank you. Likewise, it's great to hear from you. LC, man, I just start recording the doctors for you guys. I'm serious. It's like even my knees got hot when we're in Guadalajara, and literally, I'm there and I can't maintain without them stupid machines, right? And instead of the doctor explaining things, he's going off how, man, I can't believe you could see the damage of all three attacks, but I can't believe you're here. And I'm like, man. But yeah, they all say the same thing. They say I'm a strong individual. I ain't strong, believe me. Definitely, Rose. If I was, believe me, if I was a different person, I roll and bowl and go off like a little girl. Because there's times that, well, I'm not gonna say, but yeah, the doctors, believe me, they're funny. Yvonne, yeah, I need the head surgery. That's the dangerous one, right? But this heart thing actually came from left field. I already had a procedure done, but it wasn't it wasn't meant to happen. But exactly, but yeah, I got the head one, but I also have to receive a few chemos. So I'm hoping I'm able to resist through chemo because it's painful now, but once they start putting that liquid inside you, DJ, yeah, yeah, and then I'm not gonna say better, but I'll say that I think they take it more serious, right? Definitely, Rose. No, LC, disculpa, I haven't been able to. Then he definitely Antonio. Eric, thank you for that. I highly appreciate it. I will inform everybody, right? But there's not like right now, but there might be big moves soon, right? For certain reasons, just things gotta get done here. And just right now, I got a huge debt for that stupid procedures in recently in Guadalajara, and then I'll come up on the chemo stuff. But I'm hoping I'm able to make it through that, and I got plans. Most of I want this, you know. This time, no, but I have. But it's when they know, that I'm calm, I walk with God. But if they speak out the neck, I won't hesitate. Easy, yeah, this week for sure. LC, right now I'm not sure if I would tolerate one, but no, right now it's not in the plans. DJ, that's definitely right now on the table. Goose, thank you, carnal. Great to see you. Solo pa adelante. Never sidewind. 3,500. Buenas noches. Oh, that's great to hear. I was starting to get worried. My palabras in the myth. I'm glad you got it. The camarada Luis also got his, so I'm glad. Jerry, great to see you. Good night. See, always 3,500. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad. I want to do something, everybody. Like, for example, oh, I'm stuck because of the hospital, right? But I'm gonna go see mom. She's still here. Well, where she's at, right, in a different state. I'll be sending a couple blankets with her, but I gotta figure out how I won't get them to you guys from the PO box that they opened for me out there. I just wanna, well, I wanna sit down with this one and see how could do it. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna do like the business channels. They're from my heart, but I definitely don't want to minimize nobody, right? So I'll figure it out, but do expect that soon. DJ, definitely, definitely. I haven't seen it. South 3,500. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's one at 8 o'clock. Yeah, Jerry. I got that one I post, and I actually got other couple ones that my jefita's gonna do me a favor to take over there, and I'm gonna she's gonna send out from that PO box. I just gotta figure it out, cause again, I love everyone, and I don't want to make nobody minimize. Rose, I'm never gonna say nothing in that sense, right? I respect, especially you a lot, right? To even go there. I open it because people were asking me to reach out to me, however, with whatever. So, I don't want to sound corny, but whatever comes out, your heart, candy bar, whatever. But for me to state it, it's just not gonna happen. Dispensa. Eric, I had a store, but since it was taking long, I took it down. But I'm gonna put it on the channel since they're coming through with the sweaters, right? I was worried because it was taking a little bit. I mean, the boy Luis, he got a sweater and a cup and nothing, Jerry. I'm not gonna do that ever either. I have in South, but I won't probably make it through it. S1 exactly. Better words than the ones I could use, you know. It's uh it's God, you know. No, Rose, don't apologize. Just you know I won't. Yeah, Eric, I'll make sure it's up again tomorrow. Boosting the shelf. P. Freddie, he's back in full good. So I will see if I can find it. Jerry, I I just couldn't, you know, especially like everyone that we conversate, I feel close to ever even just go there, right? I'd rather from the Cora, I help out that old lady as much as I can, and the same time, you know, I'm reaching out back to you guys. Eric, nah, Artie, muy buenas noches. Dubba Rooney, buenas noches. All good. How's your day? Yeah, P. Gibby. Chapo, I heard, but not on a personal note, right? Did I touch on Gibby? Was it on that other channel? Or do you know if I put out something on this channel? If not, I will touch on it soon. Oh, sorry to hear that, Davaroni. Mine overall, you know, without getting in your personal stuff, just hold in there. I hope everything eases up for you soon. Okay. Yeah, everyone, I won't let you guys rest. Do excuse, I'm just doing an hour. You guys know I should be resting, and I already spent the week up in the cerro with the rains and everything. Just again, God's amazing, you know. Heart didn't act up not one time up there, but I'm definitely not built for it no more, you know. I will check P. If not, I will put it on this. If not, it might be on the other channel, but I will do it for sure. Elsie, thank you for stopping in. Muy buenas noches. Nothing, Antonio. OBS, great to see you. I'll do that right now. That's one. The minute I end this, Rose, thank you. Likewise, I I appreciate. and respect you, your time, and most importantly, gracias for all your words. Jerry, thank you. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a great night. Eric, muy buenas noches. Thank you for that again, for your help. Southtown, igualmente. A ti y a familia. Muchas bendiciones. Yeah, yeah, Agent Orange, I was. It was just weird. I started falling asleep when I first hit over there, and literally I felt like they cut everything. Like literally everything. My breathing. I felt dizzy, so they start putting me on the machines. Triple A, buenas noches, my boy. All good. You're a little bit late, but I hope you're well. I want to send you a message right now that I have this thing turned on. I will check on that too, Agent Orange. Again, I send my love. Thank you, everybody. I will try to be more consistent on the dates on the live I gave you guys my word on. Again, my apologies for these days. Yeah, on your way out, do please hit the like button. And thank you, everybody. From the heart, thank you. Not just for the words towards me, but for helping me get the message out there. I know it ain't a lot, I'm just one person. But, at least in my days, I wish that there was somebody at least putting a different angle than what we had to go earn, right? Boss lady, gracias, always. All right, H and Orange. Again, I say my love, everybody. Muy buenas noches. Triple A, my boy. I will send you a message right now. If you're able to see it, if not, whenever. Gracias. Buenas noches. I always go, 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 and never go. I appreciate everyone. Thank you. Buenas noches.